as the just celebrating 10 years of being who we are. And we have mutated and changed quite considerably over those times, but there's been a continuity as well. I joined the Community Empowerment Network really to try and get Roehampton a voice. Within Roehampton, I'm chair of the Roehampton Forum, and what Community Empowerment Network offered for us was administrative support, but also a linking in with the other networks that were across this side of the borough, because Roehampton is, right out west, and it's a great big cul-de-sac, and people from this neck of the woods don't ever really know it. So I wanted to give Roehampton a voice and get involved and get connected, and that's what the Community Empowerment Network has allowed me to do.
The impact that the organisation has within the community, that it provides a voice for people who feel that modern day living and democracy the way it is isn't always their cup of tea, and that they need somebody to speak up for them.
Yeah, well, my relationship with WCEN is primarily as a result of my work with the NHS Trust. We've used them over the years and continue to work with them to help us in our work in the community, to make sure that what we're trying to do on their behalf, on the community's behalf, is done in a way that involves the community. And WCEN are absolute experts when it comes to engaging the community and bringing them into contact with institutions that for many people are a bit alien and a bit untouchable, and they seem to be able to make the right kinds of connections to enable us to talk to each other.
What struck me about Malik and WCN was that the suspicions went very quickly as we began to talk. It became apparent that they were doing this really for the same reason that we exist, to serve people.
I'm from community organising, from London Citizens, where I've been working for many years, mainly on the living wage campaign. So I've been that strange animal, which is a community organiser. Been working with London Citizens, trying to bring communities together for the common good. So when I heard of this, I thought, I know what, I can recognise this animal, and I think it's great. Well, the most important thing they've done is build local relationships that means that it's real and means that it keeps going. This is a good organisation. It's not just dependent on outside money, but it actually engages with the communities right here in Wandsworth. That's what I like about it, and that's why it's survived.
And what are you hoping to achieve by working with WCN?
More power for local people to control their lives. That's it.
I was part of the Multi-Faith Forum in Wandsworth. Through that, I got introduced to WCEN, and I've met Malik and his predecessor previously, and I've been quite actively involved in Southern Forums, not as an organisation, but as an individual. I come along to some meetings, some debates, discussion on legislation, and in service design, so I contribute to those kind of discussions.
What do you think has been one of the key reasons to their success over 10 years?
Well, the key success, I think, is remarkable. Like you heard it today. The organisation has established itself, and therefore the leadership, through Malik and his team, is excellent. They know how to engage the community. The engagement has been very meaningful and has been real, and they've maintained it. And they come across as a very trusting organisation, very committed to the community work, and that comes out, and that people are willing to share and be part of that.
Relationships. And I think that's been the key to WCN's success, really, the fact that they know how to engage with the community. They do what it says on the tin. And I think that's the key, work that I think WCN was, kind of established to achieve, and which they do quite admirably, which is about engaging, the community, making sure that the community themselves feel part of the change and the development, and through that, you can't give empowerment. People have to get empowerment, and they take empowerment through learning and through action learning. So therefore, again, I think WCN has enabled people to become empowered.
the stages of the development of the many years and the confidence that it has built also to playing this decisive role from the Wandsworth Community Empowerment Network. And the only very recent example is meeting the head of the Community Peace and Cohesion from the Wandsworth Council, Stuart Lowe, only recently. Really, it helped to remove many of those issues which are of real concern for the Muslim community.
I've had the benefit of working closely with WCEN for the past 4 years. In the first instance, that was as a borough commander here, police borough commander in the borough, and latterly, of course, in my role as head of community safety. I think the real benefit for me is the way actually as a critical friend, WCEN will actually challenge the way we do actually engage and provide our services to the communities with a view to seeing if we can actually together come up with some better ways of doing that.
Well, I have met them because we're in the same office. I mean, yeah, and they have contributed a lot to the office. Malik all the time comes, he's very much concerned, and at the moment we don't have funding. So the office is a skeleton. Me and her is the only one who is working. I am, and because we live in the borough. But Malik was very helpful, and he's really helping us. He's very much concerned, and they have achieved a lot, to be honest with you. So for me to say that, since I have known the community and the Malik for nearly a year, I think they have achieved a lot, and happy anniversary.
It's actually relationships. I mean, when I came to Wandsworth Community Empowerment Network, I came from building the Southwark Community Empowerment Network. And the Southwark Community Empowerment Network was very much a voluntary sector network. So we worked with a lot of voluntary sector organizations. When I came to Wandsworth, because Wandsworth didn't really have a voluntary sector, and a lot of the people that we knew and started to meet were people of faith, from mosques and temples and churches, and non-aligned people as well. What I discovered was the power of relationships and the power of faith. To be sitting down with men and women of faith, I found incredibly energizing, because they themselves, because of their faith, have an enormous capacity for belief and hope. And spending time with them, that started to radiate off them onto me. And I started to feel some of what Morris Glassman earlier talked about, some of the miracles that happen every day. And the miracles of transformation that happens in the church, in the mosque, through conversations. So I've been on a journey myself, and my journey was to witness these miracles happening, and then realizing when the penny started to drop that the transformation of individual, the self, and the community, and in fact our societies, can actually happen through relationships. So I've been on that journey.
Well, first of all, I should say happy birthday to WCN and everyone involved. So happy birthday. And happy birthday to all the community groups too who have partnered WCN in this journey. I think one of the things that stands out is actually that level of commitment that has sustained everyone over 10 years, although I've not been party to that. I'm a Johnny-come-lately, only 4 years old. But that level of commitment, there's no getting away from it. 10 years down the line, here we are. And it's growing, and it's vibrant, and it's thriving, and there's new ideas, and there's plans for tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to the next 10 years. Maybe it is more of the same rather than anything radical.